I think many Christians in America would think that Christians can't be under the control of a demon or have a demon. But, you know, you wouldn't say, well, a Christian can't be sick. I mean, we know that happens. So it's a spiritual battle that we're in. So it's something that Jesus did, the disciples did, and I think that we're supposed to continue his ministry by healing the sick, casting out demons, and spreading the gospel. Matthew 10:1 says, "And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits, to cast them out, and to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease." Mark 16:17 says, "And these signs will follow those who believe. In my name they will cast out demons, they will speak with new tongues, they will take up serpents, and if they drink anything deadly, it will by no means hurt them. If they will lay hands on the sick, and they will recover." So when you read scripture and you hear that word possessed, that's a translation they use often. The Greek to English isn't quite the best, because when we think of possessed, we think of total control, ownership. But it's really to be under demonic influence, or to be demonized is another translation. So it's not that Christians are possessed, but they can be under the influence of a demonic entity. So Christians cannot be possessed, but there's a reason why Ephesians 6:11, it talks about putting on the full armor of God. We need the armor. It's not, we don't just become a Christian and, oh, okay, we have this instant covering. We have to put on that armor. So it says, "Put on the full armor of God so that you will be able to stand firm against the schemes of the devil. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in heavenly places." So there's many ways that we can come under demonic oppression. One is generational curses. And there's several scriptures that talk about children being punished for the sins of their parents. Doesn't seem fair, but that's what it says. So one of those is Exodus 20, verse 5. It's the second of the 10 Commandments. And it says, "You shall not bow down to idols or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of the parents to the third and fourth generation of those who hate me." So other ways that there could be demonic oppression would be abuse. It could be physical, verbal, sexual. So it doesn't have to be a door that you yourself open. It could be a door that someone else opened. And again, that doesn't seem fair, but it seems as though when there's an evil taking place, it's kind of like this magnet. So if there's abuse and you have fear, it's like the spirit of fear comes in. So traumas can cause oppression, sexual sin, disobedience to God, drugs and alcohol, that's an invitation. Involvement in the occult or witchcraft, consulting with psychics, word curses spoken over us, believing lies, addictions, watching violent or scary movies, pornography, listening to sexual or vulgar music, abortion, forgiveness. And these are all just open doors for demons to harass us. But when we surrender our lives to the Lord, the enemy doesn't just throw up the white flag and leave. We do have victory through Jesus Christ, but there's areas that the enemy needs to be commanded out of. So how do you know if someone is under demonic oppression? On the extreme end of oppression, there are people that hear voices. They may harm themselves by cutting, have suicidal thoughts, or maybe they want to harm other people. They could be physically attacked. One lady I ministered to would be held down on her bed. She couldn't see the entity, but it would hold her down. Another would see demons in their house. One man would have strange manifestations just during church. He'd have to leave. And there could be an area of your life that you can't get victory over. Maybe you struggle with fear or anxiety, rage, depression, or maybe there's a sickness or a pain that the doctors can't diagnose. They've done every test on you, and they're like, no, you're good. No, I'm not, I'm sick. And some people believe that if they just lay low, don't mess with Satan, he won't mess with them. But that's what he wants you to believe. 1 Peter 5:8 says, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. I was telling a friend about our deliverance ministry and some of the stories, and she actually put her hands over her ears, and she said, I don't want to know about it. And it kind of shocked me, because she's a believer, and like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But it scared her, and I was just thinking, if